Hey, Josh, Sharon. Can you all hear me okay? You're on mute.
Everybody on?
We are on.
We're here.
All right. We are so excited to have you guys on today. And listen, I'm going to take a pause right quick to talk to my Facebook folks. Listen, everybody that's following us on Facebook, you can't see the whole show off of the Facebook page. So you got to go to the Let's Conversate page, or you got to go to YouTube and follow the show so you can see all our guests. All right? Look to see you over there. All right, you guys. So y'all ready to do this?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's dive in. Let's dive in. So listen, you guys, we are so excited about what's coming up this month with these shows, Family4Eva. We're glad to have you guys here on as panelist guests. And it's just so exciting. We done had a show before the show, and just talking and getting prepped up for the show. And we're excited to have our guests on here today. And so what you say, Sharon, to the guests? I mean, you got something you want to just tell them thank you for being a part of the show?
Yes, I want to take this time to thank everyone for this opportunity to come on here with us today and share your thoughts. We greatly appreciate you all.
Absolutely. Miss Katrina, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Josh and Sharon.
GB, you all right?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you guys?
Oh man, we're doing good. We're doing good. We're always excited about having you guys on our show, and we thank you guys for all that you do and making us what we are here at Let's Conversate. These are the people. This is our team behind the scene that helps get this show on the road, and we are so grateful for them. Miss Katasha, how's it going?
It's going great.
All right. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling real good.
All right. You ready for this Family4Eva?
Yes, sir.
We are excited. Hey, AJ and Shauna, what's up?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, look at y'all looking all like y'all doing a cover of Jet magazine, looking all good and stuff.
I'm gonna take that.
That's right.
I'm gonna take that.
Yeah. Absolutely. You better take it, else I'll take it. So listen, you guys, we're gonna get right into it. Dealing with Family4Eva. So we have a series of questions here that we want to just talk about. We want to ask, but we want to, have a dialogue, about family, because truth of the matter is we're living in a day and time that I don't believe a whole lot of people value family, the importance of family, the significance of family, you know, like people of old have done. And, you know, what do we consider old? Do we consider the 60s and the 70s, you know, the 80s? It depends on the era, you know, that we grew up in and the things we used to do as family, you know, the sitting around the dinner table, you know, as a family. You know, it's seldom now that you find people that actually sit around the table anymore as family, you know. And people quick to grab their plate and go sit on the couch in front of the TV. And somebody might be at the bar, you know. We had a little islands in our kitchens and stuff, and somebody might be sitting there, you know, all kinds of stuff in the room, you know. I remember back in the days, you know, my grandmother, you know, who I was raised by my grandparents, they did not play that eating in the room stuff, you know, but now it's like the thing to do, you know. It just there's no unity, you know, no togetherness, you know. So we're gonna just span over you know, broader issues, you know what I mean? And so Sharon, let's so the first round we're gonna do real quick, you guys, is it's a rapid round. All right. Sharon, go ahead and explain it to our people. First question. Let's do that.
Okay, so for the first question, it's describe 3 words of describing family.
Right. So we're gonna ask each and every one of you all, you know, to give us in 3 words, because we want to just move through this segment and describe family to you. All right. What's your definition, your opinion, your thoughts, you know, all that good stuff of family. So let's just start with you, AJ.
Go ahead. I'll let you go
He
first.
said, let's start with you.
Well, you are AJ. The 2 are 1. So,
All right, come on with it.
so if you go, I go.
Don't preach, sir.
Oh Lord. So my 3 would be everything, because family is everything.
Absolutely.
Priority and safe. My favorite place.
It's good.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
good.
Technically that was 4, but
Yeah, but for me, I would say family is difficult. Family is interesting. And family is ministry.
Good one. Good. I like it. All right. So let's move to Miss Katasha.
Yes, I say family is love,
Yes.
it's commitment, and also bonding.
Oh, you took mine. Don't do that no more now.
I won't.
All right, Miss Katrina.
I say family is work, legacy, and prayer.
Absolutely. GB, what you got?
I'm gonna say a 3-word phrase. Unconditional bond forever.
Wow.
Okay.
Let me write.
mic drop.
That's like, hey, that's almost off the theme right there, ain't it?
Come on.
He should have went first. I knew he should have went first.
GB, I really want to know. Did you do that on purpose?
No, I never do anything on purpose.
Oh, okay, intentional then. Come on, Sharon.
Okay, so family to me it's definitely ministry, support, and love.
Absolutely. Good answers, everybody. I appreciate that. I know y'all sitting around looking like y'all want me to answer something, but oh, nobody don't want my answer. Okay, good. We're gonna move on.
We want it.
We waiting.
We want it.
We're waiting.
I saw how some of y'all were looking like, oh, no, you ain't gonna get off. All right, so listen. I have
3 words, Josh. 3 words. I know you want 9 sentences, but 3 words. We're waiting for it.
We just stick
I'll take it. Listen, he know me because I was finna go in just then, AJ. I was finna get deep.
That's 12 already.
3 words.
AJ.
All right.
know,
I got my
AJ,
3.
We know. Yeah.
I got my 3.
3 words.
Okay. All right. Love. long suffering, commitment.
Oh yeah, he was.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Oh, yes,
Very nice.
Miss Shauna, I was going to take it there.
Yeah,
yeah,
we
yeah.
can tell.
Yeah, that was gonna be a preach.
From your 3 words, we can tell.
Yes. Yes.
I was
I
going
was
to
getting
take
ready to be
it
3
there.
chapters.
AJ, I'm picking on AJ today, y'all. AJ,
Yes, sir.
name something family used to do that you would like to see come back.
I would say dinner at 5 o'clock with the television off.
Ooh, nice.
I think, or basically evening dinner. I don't know if it's at 5 or 6 or whenever, but I think just going back to when you would all sit at the table, there was no cell phone, there was no iPad, cut the television off and tell me how your day was. Tell me what's going on in your world. Tell me what, how are you feeling right now? And I think that would be something that I would love to see come back, because I think that was those intentional moments that families could have together to really learn more about each other and to build those unconditional bonds forever. I think that's where a lot of that was created.
Right. Why sitting? Let me follow up here with you before we let everybody else in. Why sitting around the table, for dinner, having conversations with family, at the end of the day, each day? Why was that so important that could, help families out today?
Because I think 2 things happened in those moments. Number one, it showed intention, right? So there was an intentionality for us to get together, but then it forced you to focus, right? Because I'm with you face to face. I can't look to the left. There's no TV on. I don't have a phone to pick up. And so it forced me to just be present. And I think in us being present, it enables us to build more intimacy, right? Like if I'm with, for example, my wife, and she's trying to have a conversation with me, but I'm in every other direction, I'm not focused and intentional, then I'm not able to build that level of intimacy that we need to. And I think that's what families had and can still have. I don't think it's lost. I just think we have to get back to being intentional about doing it. And I think with that, we'll see more unity and bonds and closeness come from that.
Very good. Very good. Ms. Katrina, you got a follow up for that?
One of the things I would like to see families come back together and doing is those family gatherings, those that weren't because of a funeral or a special event, life-changing event, but AJ said it best, intentional.
Absolutely.
That time you just come together, everybody bring a dish. If everybody ate macaroni and cheese, they were just happy to be together. But times where you just pick a family house and everybody bring a dish, the kids outside playing. I mean, like, kickball kind of stuff and playing on the swing set. And everybody just, you may have someone in the corner playing spades and checkers or backgammon, but it was laughter. I miss pure family laughter.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You go down memory lane, you bring out the photo book, the phone, and start side swiping pictures, but I'm talking about the photo album, with pictures of grandma and them and aunties and uncles. So I miss that. And AJ, he said it best. I like that word, intentional. Not because it's a funeral, not because it's a wedding or a baby being born or something like that, but just coming together.
Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you guys. Listen, we're getting ready to go into another part of our show, a segment real quick for Don't Forget to Pray.
All right. So right now for today, Don't Forget Pray moment is brought to you by Close Labella with genuine leather forever. Bringing the flavor back from Italy to Florida. This month's theme is animal print. You can shop with her at 820 South Park Avenue in Winter Garden, Florida. Also, you can visit her website at www.closelabella.com. Also, the scripture reading I want to leave with you today is Proverbs 18:24. A man who has friends must himself be friendly, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. Now back to our show.
Absolutely. So listen, you guys, real quickly, bring the camera to me if you would. Real quickly, everybody. So last week we did our Don't Forget to Pray moment, right? And we had a featured, what was it? The featured sponsor for our Don't Forget to Pray moment. So listen, we challenged each and every one of you last week, and those of you all that's watching on the Facebook page, go to our Let's Conversate page so you can see the whole show and see our guests. Or go to YouTube and type in Let's Conversate with Josh and Sharon so you can see the guests. Right now you're only seeing me and Sharon, but if you want to see everybody, you have to go to the YouTube page and type in Let's Conversate with Josh and Sharon. I'll go to our page on Facebook. Last week we challenged everybody to remember who our sponsor was from last week. And what you have to do, you have to go into our inbox on our Facebook page, inbox us on our Facebook page with the answer. And then we will put you in a drawing.
That's correct.
And we'll put you in a drawing to have a chance to win a $25 gas card. All right. Everybody can use some gas.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to put you in drawing.
Yeah.
You have to go in there today, by today's end, and have your answer in there. And we're going to put you in the drawing. And we will announce that winner on next Saturday's show. So every Saturday we'll announce a winner for a gas card. So we're gonna do 4 gas cards for the month of October. All right. All right. Did I explain that good?
It was good.
All right. Cool. So we're back at you. So all right. Miss Katasha.
Yes.
What's up, friend?
Nothing much.
Yes. So I got a question for you.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, I'm gonna give you this question, and then we'll see if we want to do a follow-up, and then we'll allow everybody to feed in if they want to feed in. All right. So the question is, what are your thoughts on blended families? What is your thoughts on blended families?
Well, I'm actually in a blended family because when I married my husband, he had kids and I have a child also. So it's very exciting. It's very teaching because a lot of things you have to do different because you're not only dealing with your own children, you're dealing with someone else's child. So you got to be very mindful of what you say and how you say different things and do different things.
Nice.
Because you don't want to, let's say, upset your partner, but at the same time, you just got to just use wisdom on how you do things and just ask God to lead you when mentoring someone else's kids. Because at the end of the day, they're just like your own. They become your kids once you get married.
Absolutely. Good answer. And I would like to even, and as she was speaking, I was thinking myself, Sharon, blended families, because we're a blended family as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but blended families don't always have to be married couples, because you could be, the traditional family, like, where there's a father, mother with biological kids, whatever the case may be, and your family can adopt another family, right?
Mm-hmm.
And treat that family as your own family. So the main objective is to, have unconditional love for everybody, agape love, so to speak, right?
Yes.
For everybody. What you thinking, Miss Shauna?
It's so funny you called on me. So I have, I think, a unique experience, whereas I grew up in a blended family.
Oh.
So, but also our home is a blended family. And so whenever I think about the challenges and the blessings of being in a blended family, because like Katasha said, it is teaching you every single day and stretching you every single day in a way that we don't just naturally respond. You have to think through, pray through, ask the Holy Spirit for wisdom on how to approach things that, you know, maybe a traditional, quote unquote, regular family wouldn't have to really think about. And so I think that it's just, it puts you in a constant position of dependency on the Holy Spirit, because you want to make sure that the lives that have been entrusted into your hands, not only with the children from both parties, but also with your spouse, it's important. And I grew up, my parents actually adopted my cousin because my aunt passed away at a very young age. You know that, Josh. And so when we had a blended family, we had all kind of blends going on.
Wow.
And it was super important for my mom particularly to really kind of lean on God for that guidance and wisdom as they were raising us and trying to create a healthy environment in the home. So
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely, and I piggy on that, and of course, my family, not only just my family that I have here as, you know, being my family, but, you know, my upbringing, there was a lot of blending going on in there, you know, with, you know, different ones that we had in the family that became part of the family. But I want to also talk about how you know, focus on kids, right? It's very important when you come together as a blended family. How the kids are treated is what's going to make or break your family. You know, if you come in, both of you come in with having kids. I'm speaking from experience, okay? So if you both come in with having kids, you know, you have to have, you know, something set in place. It could be the unspoken or the unwritten, but it had to be set in place at least within your heart, that what I do unto one, I do unto all, right? And you have to give the kids some type of assurance that, hey, you ain't coming in just because, oh, you're just gonna be with my mom, but you don't care nothing about us. You know, y'all know. And you just with my dad, but you don't care nothing about us. You know, it could go either way. And I feel like how you set, you know, the principle, the what's the word I'm looking for? How you set, you know,
The table.
the start. What was it?
The table.
Yeah, so to speak, the table, the
How
start.
you
know,
set the table.
Right. How you set absolutely how you set the table. Exactly. You know what I mean? Is how it's going to be. And that's a good analogy. And you know, when if the kids, if of course it's about you two, because you two, you know, the Bible teaches us, you know, not turning this into no Bible study, but you know, a man for this cause, a man leaveth his mother and father, cleaving to the wife, they two become one flesh. It be about y'all too. But when you have minors, you know, you got to include them in it because they are part of you all. And they can't be forgotten about, or they can't feel like that, okay, we got this new dad or we got this new mom or whatever the case may be. I'm not feeling, and we joked about this here earlier. I think it's a part of another show, but you know what you do about those kids, those little grown-up kids. You ain't my daddy. You ain't my mom. You know what I mean? So
that part.
Absolutely. And a lot of relationships, let's go deeper with it. A lot of relationships does have that problem. Fortunately, I can say that I don't have it because I try to come in with a little wisdom to not come in trying to overexert my authority over these kids. Oh, I'm the new boss. I'm in charge of y'all gonna do what I say. And then you know, it'll be a tug of war. But I came in, you know, being, you know, kind, you know, showing interest and everything. And it paid off because, you know, my bonus kids is what I get that from my cousin Greg and his wife. They number one supporters. I'm sure they're out there watching us now, you know, and they call them our bonus kids, you know, and they love me, you know what I mean? And we have a great relationship, you know, and I love them as well. So the kids matter, right, Miss Katrina, right, GB?
Yes.
He's a bonus dad.
The kids definitely matter. I want to elaborate a little bit on that when you said about setting the table, you know, setting the standard. That way, no child is actually thinking that they're one better than the other because they were there first, or they're, you know, actual blood, or whatever, what have you. It's, as you said, setting the table. We're all together. You know, my last name is Forsyth. I have Scottish background, and I told all the kids coming in, we're the Forsyth clan. We are a clan of a family. Whatever we all do, we do it together. We look out for each other. Someone shouldn't have to pick up the phone every single week to check on someone else. You know, there's a text message group. You can say hi to everybody at the same time if you don't have time to chat or call or anything like that. So we've kind of grown into going into their world with the virtual to communicate because that's how they're doing it nowadays. But we've also taught them too as well. Pick up the phone because we want to hear your voice sometimes. And putting that trust, I'm going to use trust as a very key word with the blended. The kids have to trust you, and we learn from that over the years, watching other blended families do it first. How we should be initiating our family here as well.
Okay, add in question here. Add in question. When you go in, AJ, let me ask you this one here. When you go into a family, right? A relationship. Let me put it that way. And I'm piggybacking off of what GB just said here, and I just want to kind of, he gave me a question in what he was saying there. And GB, you can come back in with this one as well as AJ. When you go into a relationship, trust is already supposed to be there, right? You know, we always say, don't judge me by what you done been through in previous relationships. Are you still holding something that you had going on in previous relationship? You trying to handle me with that, right? We don't heard people go through those situations before. So we all should be in agreement that whenever there's something new started, right, and you all come together as, you know, husband and wife, or y'all quoting each other to become, you know, something more in life, then trust should already be there, because you should not have to earn each other's trust, because there was no reason for you not to have it coming into a new relationship. The only thing you could do coming into a relationship is lose trust. Agreed? Right? But what about the kids?
Correct.
I don't think that's so much the case with the kids, in my opinion, that the trust is automatic. I think with the kids, you got to kind of build that trust and earn that trust. Do anybody agree?
Yeah, I think you bring up a really good point. It's funny because I wanted to add to the other side of the conversation, because I think a lot of times when we look at blended families, the kind of where our minds go is, you have a child, I have a child, we're coming together. But there's another side of blended where you have a child, I don't. So now I have to build the trust both ways, because not only is the child having to build that trust of, hey, I don't know you, you're new, what is this really all about? And you don't know what issues could have been left behind from that previous break, where now that may even create situations with the child where they're like, I don't even know if you're still gonna be here.
Wow.
Right. So that's even another level. But then I think too, then from the person coming in, so like, for example, in my case, coming in, my son, right? He was already here with Shauna. I came into the scenario, so I had to build up certain levels of trust and believing that this wasn't going to be ripped away from me. Good. So it was a two-way engagement that we had to do. And so for me, anytime I speak to a man or a woman that's in my scenario where it's like, yes, I'm blended, but I don't have kids of my own, I'm taking on bonus kids, then my answer to them is always, you have to find outlets. You have to find a way to be able to properly express your frustrations, your issues, your fears, your doubts, your concerns, so that it doesn't sit in the house. And then the child has to process that, the spouse has to process that. So what I always tried to do was, I tried to find those outlets. So let me go find my counselor, my mentor, someone I can talk to, so I can share with them where my heart is in this scenario, so that I can trust what's actually going on in the house, that I'm not going to lose it, that it's not going to be removed, that the work that I'm putting in actually means something. So all of that, I think, is a process on both sides of the conversation, as both parties are looking to build trust as they go.
Gotcha. GB, you want to weigh in real quick before we go to our shout outs?
Yeah. Thanks for that. Yeah, thank you. And AJ, great points. I'm gonna even take it even and go after you're messing with the children. And I know, being the only 3 men on the show here, I know you you gentlemen as well have gone through this. After the first initial marriage and the kids are now bonded with you, you have that first outing with her side of the family. Now you have all the eyes on you, looking now to see how the kids are now relating to you as the new dad. And you know everyone's watching to see, oh, are they going to him for a plate of food? Oh, are they go checking with him? Are they sitting in his lap? Are they standing next to him? Are they distant? Because now all the eyes are on you.
Yeah.
And as the three, gentlemen know as well, we're not here to perform.
Right.
So it's very easy for us to collaborate with the children and the families. Some folks in the family are used to that. They're used to someone just showing up, being distant, or whatever, what have you. We're not here to just perform. We're here for a lifetime.
Wow.
And it will come out in due time for those members to see that. And now they're also going to now be buying into that whole situation as well. So thank you for letting me chime in on that.
JB, that's really good.
That's really good. But really before the ladies chime in, we haven't forgotten about you all. I see y'all. But listen,
they're itching. They're itching. They ready.
Yes. Hold your thoughts. On the other side of these shout outs, we're gonna start it out with Miss Katrina. She got a heavy burning thought. Let's get these shout outs out the way. All right, it's time for these shout outs once again. Listen, if you're in the Orlando area, New Chief Cornerstone, they are located at 820 South Park Avenue, Winter Garden, Florida, under the leadership of Dr. Clarita M. James and Pastor Norman James. If you're in that Orlando area and you need a church to attend, stop in. Tell them Josh and Sharon sent you. Also, Christ the Redeemer Ministry, 4721 East Moody Boulevard, Palm Coast, Florida, under the leadership of Apostle Robert and Betty Davenport. Listen, stop in. If you're in the Palm Coast area, see Pastor Davenport. Listen, if you want to church here in Tennessee, the Church of Churches, yes, that is none other than New Hope Church of God in Christ, 303 South University Street, under the leadership of Pastor Anthony and Lady Graham. This is a Church of Churches where you can clap your hands, stomp your feet. Come on to New Hope. Yes, New Hope. Also, we want to just thank everybody that supports us, that always show love to this podcast. We thank you wherever you are. It means the world to us. So keep liking, subscribing, and sharing. All right. And we're back. Come on, Miss Katrina, bring it in.
I know my sister's got my back, right?
Right,
ma'am.
Well, first of all, I just want to just give a shout out to one of our panelists who isn't visible with us right now, but I know that he is definitely part of this. And
yes,
want to just give a shout out to Katasha's husband, Michael, because we appreciate you all being a part of this. But just want to give a shout out to brother out there making it happen. Can't be here physically, but I know he's here spiritually. Thank you for Katasha for holding it down, girl, holding it down.
Yes, that's what we do.
I just wanted to just piggyback on. I just want to piggyback on what all of our brothers just said. And one of the things I have had to learn as a wife and as a mother in the blended family experience is allowing my husband to develop that trust and that relationship with my children. Many times when we come in with our children, just like our personal possessions, like cars, you have a car. You've driven in that car, you haven't allowed anyone to eat in that car. And, so as soon as you pick up somebody who need a ride, The first thing you like, well, this is what we're not going to do. We're not going to eat. You don't change the radio station.
That's good.
And you put your seatbelt on, you know? But as a wife and as a mother, I had to trust God that he would allow my husband to develop the relationship that he has with my children, who are adult children, mind you, okay, to their comfort level and their trust level. And it's gotten to the point, and I give this glory to God, that he calls them without me even knowing. And they call him without me even knowing. It's not like I have to foster that relationship. They bonded that together, out of mutual trust for one another. And they look at him as a bonus dad. He looks at them as a bonus son and daughter and grandson. And likewise, I got a bonus son, daughter, and out of it too. No, if I didn't allow God to let that grow, sometimes we have the propensity to stop that growth, endanger that growth, especially if you get to that point with these my children. You can't talk to my children. You can't chastise my children. And it's like those are some necessary conversations before you say I do. Because it's no longer your children, they're our children. So I just want to publicly say thank you, God, and kudos to my husband, to my brothers, AJ and Josh and Michael in his absence, for being that example of established trust with children who are not blood children to you.
So sweet.
All right.
I saw Michael kissing you, Tasha.
I saw Santa, mommy kissing Santa Claus.
Oh Lord. And
do you agree, Tasha? Do y'all agree on that?
I do. I do agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to say, because this is such a needed conversation, especially in our community, because we have a large population of blended families. And I think one thing that we have to do as the church is empower the families inside of our ministries with the tools that will help them create healthy blended families. So we have a lot of different ministries, of course you got women's ministry, men's ministry, marriage ministry, kids, like all of that. But one thing that we definitely have to do a better job of is having a ministry or a targeted effort to help blended families create healthy environments at home. And I think as the church, we can definitely partner to do that with the families that worship with us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, Miss Katasha, I know you started off with the question. You want to round it off?
Yeah. Well, with my situation, the kids, they actually call me more than they call their dad. And he like, every time I turn around, the kids always calling you. They don't never call me. I'm like, baby, this counted as a blessing that you marry someone that your kids can depend on and count on, and knowing, that they can trust me. I say, so just sit back and relax, and I got it.
But that's trust, right?
Yeah.
That's trust.
That's trust. Absolutely. Man, isn't this a good, wonderful conversation?
Yeah.
I mean, awesome. This is so needed. And I'll take a moment to talk to everybody that's out there in the land. Thank you all for tuning in to the show. We still rolling, and this is just so needed. And I thank God for this wonderful panelist. This is the right guest for such a topic as this. And so listen, GB, I got a question for you. Moving right along with this here question. Third and final. Actually, what is this? This is fourth? Yeah, fourth and final question. Ready for it, GB?
I'm ready. Go ahead.
All right. Everybody gonna get it. GB lead it off, but everybody can chime in on this question right here without limitations, right? Without limitations on this question right here. The final question is, GB, is blood really thicker than water?
Oh,
Ooh.
That's heavy.
I'm gonna say that blood is water. And
Say it
coming from
again.
a sports background, I played. I said I'm gonna say blood is as equal as water
Okay.
in my situation.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna expand on that now. Being a sports person, I played soccer, football is what we call it. 35 years now still playing, and I must know 2,000, 3,000 players I've either played with or against that they're like my brothers, teammates. We might have discussions about things that I've never spoke to about with a family member, or they bring a problem to me that we can talk about. That's a serious issue going on as well. So I would say friends. Sometimes you have those friends that are like family that have turned into family over the years, and there's a bond there. That's like a family bond. Now you have some family members that are not as close to you as those particular friends. It might be distance, far away. It might not be necessarily you're talking to them all the time, but the blood, as soon as you see each other, it's like you saw each other yesterday. That's the family bond that we have as far as our family. Seeing someone for 10, 15 years that we haven't seen or spoken to, you pick up the phone, conversation should not start off, you haven't called me. Why haven't you called me? The conversation should say, hey man, how are you? Good this. And that's how we interpret our conversations going forward. I've never started a conversation with a friend that's thick as blood, or blood as thick as water with a family member that says, why haven't you? This is not for us to judge what that person's situation is, because they might be at a spot in their life when they're now calling you out of the blue, and now you're knocking them down.
Look at that.
So I'm going to say blood and water to me is as thick as both.
All right. Before AJ chime in, I want to propose the same question to our viewing audience, because we don't want to leave them out. All right. Yeah. So listen, viewing audience, the question is blood really thicker than water? Please type in your comments and we'll see them live right here. And if we can get a couple of them in right away, Miss Katrina will probably read them off to us. All right. So is blood really thicker than water? Come on, AJ.
You know what's interesting? Majority of the time when you hear that statement, it's usually used because a family member has offended another family member, and now in an attempt to find grace, you're saying, well, hey, you should be able to get over it because blood is thicker than water. We shouldn't break the relationship because of it. I really think, and I love GB the way you put that, man. It's kind of in the same, because I think it's ultimately like you shared, based on the experience, right? Like some have had phenomenal experiences, right? Like my wife, phenomenal experience with their family. Like they could be around each other 24/7, 7 days a week. Let's all move in together and live together the rest of our lives, right? But in my family, it's like, okay, now we've been together an hour. Is everybody ready to go home? So it was a different experience. And so a lot of the bonds that I built with friends, because I spent more time with friends. I was around friends. I was always with friends, never really at home. So the bond that was built, it's not that I didn't love my family or desire that bond with my family, but my experience just happens to be that majority of my tight bonds are with friends, but with my wife, majority of her tight bonds are with family, but it was all due to the upbringing. And so I think it's important, but I also would say, don't let though blood be a reason that you're mistreated and taken advantage of. Yeah. Because people are once again trying to find this grace with you that ultimately may not be warranted as they go through. Yeah.
Okay, Miss Shauna, Okay, so with you having that awesome family togetherness and tightness, right? Can a friend, acquaintance, someone that desires to have a friendship relationship with you, can they pierce that wall? Can they come even in that wall? Can they climb that wall? Are they limitations to you stop at the wall?
No, so for sure, that's a great question. And it's so funny the way that we define family is, everyone has a different definition. So my family is super tight. We could be around each other all day, every day, and we could live together and have tried, but AJ keeps vetoing my recommendation. But in my family, blood, back to what GB was saying, that they're equal, blood and water, because all of my family is not blood. So when you think about the dynamics of my family, right, we're not all biologically connected. My aunts, I have a plethora of aunts who are biological aunts, but I also have a whole tribe of aunts who are my mom's best friends. They're not blood, but that's family. You know what I mean? And we hang tight. Their daughters and sons are my cousins to me. And so I think our definition of family is a little different. And so to your point, of course, someone who is a friend and is not a biological member of the family, you can have those same very close connections. And we do. And we do.
You can still build that intimacy.
We're a huge village, very large, as you know, Josh.
Beautiful response. Miss Katasha, can you really, and I ain't talking about the old you back in high school and stuff now. We leave her where she is. Right? All right. And I ain't talking about the old me or nobody, our old self, that old wretched man we was, we leave him where he at. But now in your mature stage, could you really be a fair mediator between your sister, blood, or your brother, blood, versus a friend? Can you be a fair mediator in between their dispute without wavering one side or the other? Can you find the truth in the middle?
Yes, because I'm like this. If you're right, you're right. And if you're wrong, you're wrong, no matter who you are.
That's good.
Exactly.
That's good.
Absolutely.
Bam.
Hey,
Nice.
That's a drop the mic.
Boom.
Drop the mic. Ooh.
Mic drop.
That's good.
All right, I like that. What you say, Miss Katrina?
Yeah.
Katasha said it best. I'm like, drop the mic.
You did that.
Yeah,
That's true.
Let me put it to you in the form of a question like I
better.
did. Let me put it to you in the form of a question like I did them, so you can have the foundation there. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give you the original question. Is blood really thicker than water?
Well, I agree with my husband. I believe it can be equal depending the situation. I'm fortunate that I do have a good relationship with my family. I can't say that I'm all together in like Shauna. When we go things that we do that, okay, we're gonna do this for 3 days.
And that's it. That's it.
Yeah. 3 days. We base it on the Jesus principle. In 3 days, he rose, so we out.
He rose.
Well, I thought it was family forever.
Hey, we're still family. We're just not cohabitating in the same dwelling place. We're still family. All right. But I agree 300% with Katasha. My kids would tell you, GB would tell you, if I had to mediate between a family blood member and a family close friend, it's 3 sides to every story. Their side, the other side, and then the truth.
Yeah.
And I've never gone wrong with the truth, so And nowadays, family could be anything. I think a lot about my patients who have service animals, and those animals are their family.
Family. Yeah.
They take them to the doctor as much as they go to the doctor. Some of the service animals are on medication just like the person, their owner is. So family is whomever you feel is that close inner circle person for you. But with that also, Josh, I just want to you had asked me to kind of monitor. We have some great comments coming in on Facebook. Gregory Williamson, he's been chiming in. His response to is blood thicker than water. He said it is not. He hasn't really given any comments yet, but he shared early on that if he had to choose 3 words of what family is to him, it was commitment and bonding. He's been giving shout outs all show towards comments from GB and AJ, hands up from Mr. Gregory Williamson. So thank you, Gregory,
thank you, Gregory,
for listening in. Michelle Chapin Brown, I hope I'm saying that right. Thank you for in to Let's Conversate. Brown, okay. Michelle Brown, but she said she agree with GB on blood is thicker than water. It can be equal. However, in her personal relationship with her family, she says their blood is thicker than water. So it varies according to the person and the situation. That's a great question. Are you and Sharon going to answer that question?
Yes.
I think that's a great wrap up.
I agree.
I think that's a great wrap up.
Absolutely. So actually, I was, and that's funny because I was getting ready to throw it on Sharon for the wrap up. So real quickly, good, Greg Williamson, thank you, and your wife. That's who I referred to earlier about the bonus children. I got that from his wife, and I loved it. I fell in love with that, and that's how I refer to our kids as our bonus kids in our blended family. All right, and thank you, Michelle. That's my cousin Michelle. Thank you for tuning in and supporting us, and everybody that's out there supporting us. You're all a family to me. And speaking of family, to me, family is blood thicker than water? No, not to me. Because there have been instances in my life, right, personal, that friends have been there, more than family. And I'm not just talking about there with monetaries. I'm not talking about tangible things. I'm talking about with support, words of encouragement, building you back up when you have fallen down or been torn down, that sees, there are people that can look at you, right, and read you for what's wrong with you. They know when you're going through. They know when you're happy. They know when you're yourself, when you're not yourself. And all the time, that's not blood family. I'm sorry. That's not blood family all the time. Those that are blood family that has their place that does those things, they know who they are. But, there are those people that we have met along the way, high school, middle school, that's been friends throughout our lives, and they carried on into our adulthood, that we have made godparents of our children, that we have asked to be our best men at our wedding, that we don't have asked to be our matron of honor. We don't ask to Christian our kids, baptize our children, that's maybe ministers and stuff now. These people are not blood people, but they are on that same playing field as blood people because they have been so, awesome in our lives throughout the years, and they have shown themselves worthy. Am I preaching yet?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you are.
It's the word, like, based on what you just said, what I heard was the word consistency.
Yes, I like that.
They've been consistent.
Absolutely.
And that matters when you're building those bonds. Consistency matters.
It does matter, you know. So what you got, Sharon?
Okay, now it's my turn. Okay, to me, I would say not as well. I'm just gonna keep it short.
She'll preach too, y'all.
I would say my friends are in my like mentors or those that came along that was a part of my life as I have been growing up. I wouldn't say blood because there's so much division and it's not enough unity. So I will say the ones that have supported me and have always been there with guidance, encouragement, dedication. Like I can go on and on. I would just say it's not equal based upon what I experienced. You know.
So let me ask you a question. When you say it's not equal, but you're saying that it's not the same, or is it like a friend could be just as important as blood, or you thinking blood is more important than friends? I
would.
So is blood more important than water, or is
water?
It,
I would.
Or is it equal?
Say,
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I watch you and how you and Katasha are, you know, and that's a prime example for me, right?
Yeah, because I look at her, me and her are sisters. Like, you know, she's not my blood sister, but she's my sister. You know, someone that I can call, someone that I can confide in.
Absolutely.
Encouragement, like, and not be judged. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think that not trying to go so deep, but sometimes like when family knows you, they put up a facade or a wall and they don't receive you. So others will receive you before your family.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Profit is without honor.
Absolutely.
So that's my perspective.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, because I know they got a special relationship, and my wife always talk about you, Katasha. Yeah, absolutely. So
she's someone that I can confide in too.
Come on now. Absolutely.
I can tell her things when I wouldn't even tell my own mama.
Wow.
Because I know that she's real, she's not going to judge me, and she understands. And if she don't understand, she said, okay, we can pray about it.
Yes, and hey, she loved to pray.
Yes.
Absolutely. So, hey, you guys, listen, this show has been rocking.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I want to give a shout out to Miss Katrina on this one right here. So listen, you guys, this show has been good, and we really do thank you guys for y'all participation. We thank everybody in the audience that have tuned in, that have stayed tuned in, those that keep coming back show after show. We are grateful, right? But y'all know all good things at some point got to come to an end.
Come on.
So we finna get out of here, and I got that out of the way, Miss Katrina. Now let me get to this real thing right here. There we go. I'm back in my element right now. Yeah.
Come on.
Y'all listen. If you don't know, now you know. I love to have fun. Listen, we just real people. Hey, well, listen, before we go there, listen to my guests. Each and every one of y'all, I'm so grateful. So grateful for you all. Listen, but before you all get out of here, we're going to send y'all to the green room, and we'll be right there with y'all in just a minute. All right?
All right.
We'll send y'all to the green room. All right, everybody. Bring us back, Miss Katrina. All right.
All right. We're going to bring you back, Josh and Sharon. Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button. But you're coming back. You're coming back. In 3
Yes.
seconds, you are coming back. There you go.
All our wonderful,
All right.
beautiful guests. Listen.
There you go, boss. All right. You kind of
All right.
blacked out a little bit,
So
Josh and
anyway,
Sharon, but
that's
go
okay.
ahead with your ending.
This is fitting. This is fitting because we're the team. All right. So listen, you guys. Listen, we are the team, so you guys are very fitting. We are getting ready to get out of here. We want to tell you all thank you so much for being a part of this show. Sharon, this one been good right here.
Oh, it was good.
We had some good guests on here, some good topics. I can't wait to go back and watch this again. Right?
Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready to go back and watch this again. But listen, I want you guys to tell somebody. When Josh and Sharon is on. Because listen, we're just real people.
Hey, dealing with real issues.
Listen, we don't have all the answers.
No, we don't.
We don't even try to act like we got all the answers. But we do know somebody
That's right.
that got all the answers.
And who is that?
Jesus Christ.
All right.
Ah, my Lord and my Savior. So listen, you guys, we're going to keep this thing rocking and rolling the rest of this month. And listen, that's not the last time you're going to see our guests. They will be back later on this month to conclude this thing. And if you thought this one here was rocking and rolling, wait till we come back with them again. All right? So listen, until next time, tell somebody.
To tell somebody.
When Josh and Sharon is on. I got to go. Deuces.